Hey guys, Road Warrior back here. I recently took top 10 in Meaty Fellas. This is a comp that will absolutely drive you insane. You'll get a bite in the daytime for whatever reason. You go to night, you can't get anything. Nonetheless, was able to place top 10 in this. I know that didn't look like an impressive score. The peak, however, was horrible. As far as the baits, an event that you've never played in this, meat based, that would be all the baits that you can use. I don't think I've left anything out, but buffalo kidney, canned meat, that sort of thing. As far as the setup, I do use fluoro. I'm doing a soggy bobber method that will probably help. You could use a bottom rod if you want, but you can get them in a little quicker, and I think the bite's a little better. This peak in particular is horrible. I don't think it really matters where you set your bobber depth because you are looking to sink that float in place. In the upcoming clip, I'll show you real quick here where the actual marks are that I like to use. Again, the daytime, you're going to want a big tip in this. Fish in the deep spots in the daytime for the most part. You're looking for these deep spots. I will throw some marks up for you. Time-wise, since there's 3 different varieties of fish, you probably only really need 3 to 4 quality day spots to hop around and three to 4 quality night spots, and that's what I'm putting up here for you. But all these spots here will work for you in the day. That's down here by a Nile perch spot. But nonetheless, again, since there's the Vundu, the African sharp tooth catfish, as well as the big boy Kamba. Now here's the shallow spot, the spot that I use that I picked up for you as well. You just kind of looking at that lighter spot if you're looking to go out and search some spots for your own. Again, at the nighttime, this is where you're going to want to come in the shallows. These fish actually migrate, so if you find yourself in this getting frustrated where you're not catching anything, it's just because those fish have migrated to the shallows. You can see just there along the edge, just out of that deep blue, there's another nice quality spot for you that'll work. Now, again, I just want to explain something to you. I'm going to cast this out. Watch closely. I do keep this on real speed too. Let it sink. And what you're going to do, once you hear the ding, or even have your rod tip up. You can have your rod tip up almost like your sky twitching a lure. Have that on speed too. And the instant that you feel that vibrate is when you want to reel. So in other words, I've already got the rod tip up, so it's automatically going to set the hook, guys. Just like you've probably seen me do before on the bobber, burbot, that sort of thing. It's kind of the same concept. Now again, you could try your bottom rod if you want, but the biggest tip I could tell you on that is, again, fish the shallow spots soon as it gets dark. Daytime, fish your deep spots. Again, this kind of showing you upcoming here. As far as the hook size, man, it can vary. You can see at the end of this run, this peak was so bad for everybody. There was a lot of people that was quitting the lobby, getting mad, that sort of thing. But this peak was absolutely dreadful. Man, it was this really slow peak. So towards the end of it, my hook size went all the way down to a 4.0, believe it or not. But nonetheless, I started with a 7.0. So on you, I would say if you're not getting a bite, you adjust those things accordingly. A lot of times people, we always argue about lures or hook sizes and that sort of thing. So I would say anywhere from 4.0, depending on the peak, all the way up to probably 12.0. Just depends on how hot your peak are. Peaks vary, as you guys know, in a lot of these Fishing Planet comps. So that's entirely up to you. I would say just a nice even one would probably be a 7.0, 8.0. Maybe even a 6.0. It's entirely up to you on that. I did prefer to run a 7.0 until it got so slow I just could not stand it anymore. Again, I'm trying to get trophies, at least trophies. But you'll find in some of these peaks, I did a couple practice runs before I played in this the other day, but I was able to get some yeeks in the template, but nonetheless, it's always the way it goes. You practice in something, you got to go in the actual comp, and it can be night and day difference. But I would still, with that being said, practice this, the reel end for sure, or, quick setting, so to speak. And again, just hold that rod tip up, reel, not when you hear the bait alarm or the bobber sound, or the ding. You want to reel after the vibration. And you will have a miss here and there, but that's definitely something I would practice, if anything, as well as maybe, like I said, go test these spots out once you got them marked. But this should definitely help you guys. This is a comp that I struggled with for a long time. Also, a big special thanks to Fishing Planet. At one time, they were using the telescopic rod in this thing, putting up 24 to 28,000 points. Absolutely ridiculous. But nonetheless, this is another example. An average person can come in here and feel like they have a chance at least to get their club some points and, get in that top 10. Maybe with a lucky run, you can get up there in the top 3 too as well. So everybody, I think, in my opinion, now has a chance to do okay in this. Again, this is just illustrating here, just kind of the method. Again, you're not a bottom rod. You're probably going to be looking at a little longer fight time. I did notice for sure I seem to have a lot better bite rate to me, just using the same method that I do on the bobber burbot. This should definitely help you out. in the long run. So again, practice either way. Maybe if you wanted to. I used to play this with a bottom rod. I would put a mix in a cage feeder, an open feeder. It was just okay, but I think if you get hot, a lot of times for whatever reason, it's a whole other video in itself. I'm gonna make a video on some RNG things and my kind of gripes as far as the computer itself on Fishing Planet, how it deals out luck, but that's a whole nother conversation in itself. Nonetheless, as you can see here, I've been humbled at this point. I went on a long dry spell there in a day, so at this point, I'm over here. I'm sick of it. The bite rate is so slow. I go to a 4.0 here at the end, just trying to get a steady bite the best that I can. I was able to, get one last fish here and a couple last fish here at the end. But I do hope this really helps you guys out. So if you find yourself in this situation, just make sure you're fishing the deep spots in the daytime and the shallow spots in the nighttime. Hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you in the next one.